Where's all the time gone? Back again. Hi guys, Swans here, back again for another video on the channel. First of all, new profile picture, new YouTube logo. Couldn't find my old one, so thank you very much Grok for making me a new one. It's not very good, I know, but I'll have to do with it now. Now obviously I've not uploaded since I think October, long time ago when Swans were very bad, but luckily we're quite good now. Well, the summer signings are good, but we'll talk in that in a second. But yeah, just want to apologise not being uploading. I just really wanted some time off. Obviously, I've been doing YouTube for like 5-6 years. Obviously, remember the COVID lockdowns every single day. There's like a video, 2-hour live streams, and yeah, it kind of just took its toll on me really. I just need a little bit of a break, and obviously with the Swans, you know, I was going to like 5-6 away games in a row. We hadn't scored, both Sheffield clubs and Tuesday. It just took its toll on me, so I needed a bit of a break. And it was good to see us pick up some form towards the end of last season. But I am back for good. Fingers crossed anyway. And hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Now in this one, I'm just going to be recapping the last couple of transfer signings we have made already in this transfer window. And of course, we'll be talking about some of the notable departures, including Harry Darling and my thoughts on that. Like I said, please do share this video around. Make sure you get your friends, families and all those to get my videos back up and running, because when we are on form, we are the #1 Swans channel, but I don't know where we are in terms of that at the moment. But yeah, it's very good to see, and a big shout out to a few of my mates who also upload on YouTube who helped me get back into this as well. But yeah, let's get into the video then. So first of all then, let's start positively. Cameron Burgess, 29 years old, has just joined Swansea City. Well, I say has just joined. Within the last couple of weeks, has joined Swansea City. Now, we all know this is the Harry Darling replacement. Of course, this signing was actually announced before Darling actually left the club. So the club, were very on the front foot to get Darling's replacement sorted. And it's brilliant. Really nice to see us get some business done. This player is a quality player. So like I said, 29 years old, played 18 games in the Premier League last season, which is not a bad return considering he was playing League One football 2 seasons prior to that. Made 39 appearances in the Championship promotion season in 23-24, where Ipswich obviously got promoted with Leicester and Southampton. And the season before that, where Ipswich also got promoted from League One, he made 33 appearances in the League One promotion season. So 2 of his last 3 seasons have been promotions. Hopefully that's 3 out of 4 next season. Fun fact about Cameron Burgess, you probably assume it's not really an Australian last name. He was born in Aberdeen in Scotland, but when he was 11 years old, his family emigrated to Perth in Australia, hence why he's eligible to play for Australia. Now, talking about his Australia caps, he's made 17 caps for the Kangaroos, as everyone used to say. But no, I'll be nice and call them the Aussies. He's made 17 appearances for Australia. 12 of those coming in the 2026 World Cup qualification stage, where I think Australia try and qualify in the Asian region. Like I said, not too sure how it all works over there in terms of their World Cup qualifying, as I only focus on the European ones really. But yeah, Australia have qualified the World Cup, so obviously with him being an Ipswich this season come in, they've got Darrow Shea, who they spent big money on. They've also got Jacob Greaves, who they spent big money on. They will be the first 2 choice centre backs. And as much as Cameron Burgess is loved by the Ipswich fans and how much they rate him as a footballer, at the end of the day, it's a World Cup season. He's 29, got 1 big contract left, which he's probably just now signed with us. I think it makes perfect sense. And, it does say a lot when Ipswich fans, 99.9% of them were gutted he's leaving. Why have we done this? They're a bit angry. It's a free transfer, so not getting any money for him and stuff like that. He's 6'4" as well, so he's a big unit at the back. And one thing I did see every single Ipswich fan say, he doesn't lose a header. Now, considering we have not been very good defending set pieces, or the lack of height has caused a lot of problems in the past against physical teams. Cabango and Darling have not had that aerial capacity compared to other centre backs. I think we were one of the lowest in the leagues in terms of like aerial duels and stuff like that. But Burgess doesn't lose a header. I think it's a great signing, but obviously I said that a couple of times previously in other transfer videos and they've not turned out great. But on paper, the stats looks fantastic, and like I said, decent age, in his prime, knows the league off by heart, and yeah, 2 last 3 season promotion. So yeah, I think it's a brilliant signing. Now let's get on to another signing then, another centre back, Ricardo Santos, just turned 30 years old. 25 games last season in League One, so not, a a lot of games in terms of League One. But apart from last season, he was a prolific starter for Bolton Wanderers. He joined Bolton in League Two then after a good campaign in non-league with Barnet in the 1920 season. Straight away for Bolton, became a huge key player for them. He was captain from October 2021 to September 2024, so just under 3 years as captain of Bolton Wanderers, which is a huge club, by the way. And you know, them in League One again, it's ridiculous. They should be playing in the Prem with the size of their club. But anyway, he was a captain for them, which just shows his, you know, leadership skills and how much of an influence he was on that team. He helped them win promotion from League Two and has also won the Papa John's trophy with them. So for you older fans, I think it was like the Paderstone trophy, not too sure. Basically, it's the trophy where League One and League Two teams are the only teams in it, and the under 21 teams, which is just a farce. But I'm not going to get into that rant because I've got some League Two followers on here who will spend all day ranting about that. But yeah, he has left Bolton on a free transfer, so this transfer has not cost us any money. Same with the Cameron Burgess transfer in terms of a transfer fee to a club. Obviously, they'll probably have a big sign-on fee and all that. He was born in Portugal, but in May 2025, last month, he was called up to the Cape Verde national team and also made his debut at the international friendly in a 3-0 win over Malaysia. So I think that's awesome. You know, this guy, he's got great leadership skills. He speaks Portuguese, can help Ronaldo and Franco. Obviously, those two are still learning English. Obviously it's coming along quite good, but obviously it's not their first language. But Ricardo Santos, Portuguese, speaks a couple of languages, will really help those two lads out, and especially with his age as well. I think it's a really sensible signing. Now, there has been quite a lot of negativity with the Bolton fans on this transfer, especially. A lot of them are surprised he's actually made a step up, because apparently last season he really struggled to get into the team at League One level. I can understand that. Look, his age is not great in terms of, you know, his best days probably gone past him now, especially when this is the highest level he's ever played at, and that's 30. It's a little bit different with Burgess, where, you know, he was 28 last season and in the Prem, so yeah, it's a strange one really, but I'm not complaining. He's just a backup option. We've seen last season with the backup options, we have Nelson Abbey. He was a young centre-back, didn't really get any game time because we didn't have any injuries at the back, and Cabango and Dallo consistent. But look, if this guy plays, I'm pretty sure he'll do a decent job. Obviously, I don't think this Ricardo Santos will be playing tiki-taka football. I think it'll just be Route 1. He's a big unit as well. He's very, very tall, very muscly as well, so there won't be too many players shrugging him off in a 50-50, I can tell you that now. But look, again, free transfer, backup cover. If he plays, I'll be more than happy, but yeah, it's just a backup, so let me know what you think of that one. Now, this is where depression hits. Harry Darling has left Swansea City. I'm glad I didn't record this a few weeks ago, because I would be drowning in tears, because Darling has been one of my favourite players over the last couple of seasons. He just shows passion. His tackles in South Wales derbies against Callum O'Dowda, Mark Harris. And one thing I'm going to miss him for, which you don't really resonate with defenders, is his goals. Now, when we did sign Harry Darling, he scored 10 goals in all competitions the season we bought him from MK Dons. That is remarkable for a defender, especially when none of those were penalties, because he's not a Sergio Ramos. They were just like long-range efforts from corners and stuff like that, getting his head onto it. Anyway, 25 years old, so very, very good age for Norwich City. Get a very experienced defender at quite a young age as well. 39 appearances in the Championship last season. Joined us in 2022 for around about 2 million, at 2 to 3 million. So of course we are losing money on him. We're not going to get any money from Darling, but he has given us a couple of good years at Swansea City. He did reach the playoffs with MK Dons this season. We did buy him, so obviously we were getting a player who's got EFL experience at the top level in terms of, you know, League One top level. To be fair, League One top level and Championship lower level is basically the same thing. If you look at the teams who come up last season, Oxford, Portsmouth both survived, and they did well in the end. Yeah, he has played right back before, but his strength is in that centre-back role, if there are any Norwich fans watching. And 12 goals in 3 seasons, 4 goals a season averaging. It's just ridiculous for a centre-back, and I think we will miss that. Burgess isn't a prolific scorer, chips in with 1 or 2, but Darling, I think he was in our top 5 top scorers last season as a centre-back. Slightly embarrassing, but yeah, I'm going to miss Darling for that. Of course, look, he does have his problems defensively at times. You know, that red card against Sheffield United, it wasn't a great tackle. There is the odd back pass now and then where it's a bit shaky, or he looks a little bit loose on the ball. But overall, he is a solid player. He'll have one bad game in 8. He's a really good championship defender, and the thing which annoys me is he's worked under Liam Manning before, so he's going to hit the ground running, I think, in Norwich. And when he was younger, he did actually have trials at Norwich. So I think this move's probably been coming a long time for them Norwich people at the club, who probably knew Darling from back then, but obviously didn't sign him for whatever reason. But it's a shame, but Darling has left the club, and I think if we play him next season, well, free money on the table from Bet365, because the odds will probably be ridiculous, and we've seen how he scores goals. He's a very good goal-scoring defender, but arguably an even better defender. So I do wish Darling the best of luck. He's left on decent terms. A little bit frustrated how it did plan out towards the end, where it was dragging on a little bit. And, he didn't play the last couple of games. Was that avoiding a potential transfer? Was he actually injured? I guess we'll never know. But, he did give some good moments, especially in those derbies. And I wish Darling all the best. But let me know what you think of this transfer. Now, back on to some more positivity. International transfer signing. No, it's not the Swedish boy. It's Bobby Wales from Scotland, who has Wales as his last name. This guy's going to be class. Surely. It's written in the stars. He turned 20 yesterday. So we signed him when he was 19, but he has turned 20. So welcome to the teenage, well, the 20 years, I guess you call him now, Bobby. I'm not too sure. Anyway, we signed him from Kilmarnock on a free transfer, but due to his age and him coming from the Kilmarnock Academy, they are due a compensation fee. So similar to what happened with Josh Key, he came from the Exeter Academy, left on a free transfer, we had to go to a tribunal and pay a fee. I think it was about £400,000 for Key. So I can't see Bob Wales being that much. Because I think League One, he just came home, and it's hard to say anyway. But yeah, a compensation fee, so it won't be much money at all. But yeah, he managed 3 goals to assist in 28 league games last season, 17 of those being starts. So it's not terrible, not great, but him playing first team football in the Scottish Division at 19 years of age is a very, very good bonus for him. And he did also score in the Conference League. Now, whatever you want to say about the Conference League, Tin Pot competition, Mickey Mouse Trophy, it's still a European competition, and he has scored in Europe, which is very, very good for his confidence. The year before that, when he was 18, he did score 12 goals in 25 league games with Alloa Athletic in League One in Scotland, so the third tier of Scottish football. 12 goals in 25 games, nearly a goal a game, nearly doing an Eni Aluko there, but that is very close to a goal. No, a goal every 2 games. I have done an Eni Aluko. I don't help myself. I'm not going to edit that out because I can't be asked. But yeah, that's one. Welcome back to my channel. But yeah, Bobby Wales, very, very good goal scoring record with Alloa Athletic. Well, Kilmarnock still breaking through. But like I said, there is a first team signing. He may be in the under 23s for a couple of games if he can't get into the first team. And, some of those strikers and wingers are firing. But if we can integrate him with the first team, it could be a very good sign in the future. Hopefully it's not like a Kyle Joseph signing where we sign Kyle Joseph, who similar is to Bobby Wales, obviously Scottish as well. Never really got a chance. Only came off the bench like 8-9 times. Got loaned out, sold him, and yeah, never really. Well, I say we sold him as part of the Jerry Yates transfer, which went well, but yeah. Hopefully it turns out to be well. Like I said, Kilmarnock fans are pretty gutted he's going. Apparently he's been a really bright spark. But with players like this, especially at a young age, you don't really want to look towards the GA. You want to look at what their fans thinking, because it's going to be very, very raw. It's very unlikely at that age that you're going to have, 20 goals and assists. Is very, very rarely. But yeah, look, it's a signing for the future, and it's another body through the door. So on to the last incoming then of this roundup, where I have missed the transfers. This one is a big transfer. Now, I'm not talking about his height or physicality or his age, not that old. I'm talking about the transfer fee. Zenen Inusa. Not sure how you pronounce it. Probably should have looked on YouTube. But we'd like to do things raw on this channel. No edit. Well, I do edit sometimes, but that's pardon the pun. Pardon the pun. Can't speak. Yeah, anyway, 23 years old and a 5-year deal. So a very big contract for Inusa. Undisclosed fee, but there has been a slight fee rumoured. It's rumoured to be around about €6 million, which is equivalent to £5.1 million, which, if it is true, is our biggest transfer signing since re-signing Andre Ayew in the 17-18 season at 18.7 million. So since we've backed into the Championship, this boy's the biggest we've ever spent on. Now, that could be the Modric money, the new owners coming in, whatever, but it's still a very, very big transfer for us at this level, considering we haven't got the biggest great receipts in the league, or probably have. Now, he's a left winger, can also play on the right, but his primary position is that left-hand side. Last season, then, he played 34 games at all competitions in the Swedish league, 11 goals and 4 assists, so 15 goal contributions in 34 games, not too shabby, Alonso, if I say it myself. 3 goals in 6 Conference League games as well, so look, we're signing European pedigree guys. Bobby Wales, Zenen Inusa, we're signing Conference League players. We'll be winning that competition in a few years, hopefully. Yeah, we're getting a bit too ahead of ourselves with the Luka Modric signing. But anyway, a good thing is that Milka Wildel, the player we signed in January as like a long-term Grimes replacement, obviously we signed him, then had to loan him back to the place, otherwise we would not have got him, and you know, he's up to them. And at the end of the day, he is coming out. He won't be in this video, by the way, because it was a January signing, regardless of what people say. But he commented Vamos on Swans's post, so I assume they've played against each other, they know each other in some department, which is very good because they can help each other settle in. Similar with Ronaldo and Franco, where they didn't even know each other, but because they speak the same language and they're in a new country, obviously English is their first language, they just bonded. So it's really good to see us getting players who also know other players as well in the club, or players coming into the club. I think it bodes well. But yeah, it's really, really exciting. Obviously, I don't want to say some fantastic signs, a great signing, we're going to go up and all this things that everyone seems to do. I want to keep a level head, but look, it's a significant transfer for us. So if this boy flops, then question marks need to be had, because it's a gamble. Again, we're not signing players really, apart from Burgess, who know the Championship. Even Burgess has spent 1 season in the Championship. Santos never played this level before. Bobby Wales hasn't, Inusa hasn't, and neither has Ricardo Santos. So the players we've signed so far aren't Championship proven, but some of them are young and exciting, and this boy will provide competition with Ji-sung, Ronaldo on the other side as well, Janelli, if he stays at the club, and obviously we've got Congreve who can come back from his loan at Bromley. Ben Lloyd obviously might be coming into the first team this season, who will also play on the flanks as well. But yeah, look, I don't want to say too much about it because at the end of the day he could flop, but we wouldn't have paid this money if there's no talent there, and I don't do what a lot of people do. I don't go on YouTube and look at these goal compilations, because you just set yourself up for negativity and failure. I look at him when I see him in person, and one thing I'll say about all these signings, all the transfers, incomings are done. Now I got one more departure to talk about. We've signed players early, which is a real bonus. We've not done this for a couple of years. We signed players late into pre-season. Look at Vapodnik when he signed. Okay, the Bordeaux situation makes it weird. Signed like a week and a half before the season started. The boy was unfit. Remember him against Cardiff when he came on? He was nagging after 10 minutes. So it's important, especially with these foreign players coming into a new league, a new language. Well, they may know English, but not off by heart. That you get them in early and get them settled. That's the main thing. And I'm really excited. Look at Ji-sung. It took him until March, really, to really find his feet at Championship level. He talked about his struggles in an interview with KNT Football, like this Korean outlet. And it's really good to see him playing some good football. So, yeah, I'll give the club kudos to this. But welcome to the club, Zenen Inusa. So this one then, the last departure. Mikola Kukarovage. Pronounced that wrong. Doesn't deserve to be pronounced right because he was a shambles. €2 million, 1.8 million British pounds, no stats. What a signing. 23 years old, and he has joined Slavan Bratislava over in Slovakia. Obviously, him being Slovenian, I don't think Slovakia and Slovenia are too far away from each other, even though their countries' names are extremely, extremely close. But yes, an undisclosed fee, but I can tell you now, we will not be getting that 1.8 million back. We'll be lucky to make £180,000 out of that transfer fee, but fair play to Richard Montague and the other board members and whoever does transfers. I don't really care too much about that. Just to get him off the books, get the wage off the books, no loans to Hibernian, just get him off the books permanently. But yeah, look, I did want him to work. He seemed like a nice guy. Obviously, he's got a lot of problems, not personally, but with his country and the war. It must be an awful situation. And obviously, I couldn't imagine what he's going through with his country and seeing his, probably a lot of friends getting in a lot of trouble over in Ukraine. So I can't imagine what is going on, but I don't talk too political about this, but there are some things which could come into effect about his performances. But he never got given a chance, and at the end of the day, that's probably for a reason. Two managers, Michael Duff and Luke Williams, didn't really want him into the plans and got shipped out straight away back to Hibernian, who he was at previously before he joined Swansea. 10 championship appearances, did score a goal away to Millwall. That was a very good header. Not very often teams go away to Millwall and score a banging header against their 6'7" centre-halves, but that's one for the Kukarovage retirement bucket anyway. But yeah, last season at Hibernian, 7 goals in 28 appearances. It's okay, but he did a lot better the first time round. But yeah, like I said, £1.8 million spent on him. Paul Watson, man. How did he get a job at this club? I'll never know. But yeah, I do wish him all the best. He seems a nice guy, but he was never a championship footballer, was he? Now, quickly going on to the players who have also left the club on their out of contracts. Christian Pedersen, one of our highest earners. What did he make? 3 appearances for us. Thanks very much. Again, Paul Watson, he's left the club. Cyrus Christie, again, came in as a backup. Didn't really play much. And the fall off for him now than what he was 2 years ago is quite sad to see. So I think it'll be really hard for him to find another championship club. Kyle Norton, Joe Allen, both retired. They deserve a video, but it's way past that. Both absolute legends of this club, especially Joe Allen. Kyle Norton's been an incredible servant as well, and it's really good to see them both play on the final day at Oxford, which was a crazy game, by the way. John McLaughlin, the hero, the icon, the man who made no appearances in the championship, the man who made 1 appearance in the FA Cup and looked like he couldn't play senior league football in Swansea. Good luck, John McLaughlin. He has gone. And Nathan Che Aon, the Indonesian superstar, the man with, 3.8 million followers on Instagram, the man who's got 10 times the followers of Swansea City on Instagram. His contract's been mutually terminated, which says a lot. And again, he was a transfer which we paid money for. And again, another player who didn't start a single game at championship level. Thank you very much, Paul Watson. Unbelievable. And also big shout to Hannes Delcroix and Miles Piet-Harris, who also both returned to their parent clubs, who were both in the Premier League, but I really can't see either of them playing next season, so maybe they'll be able to see us next season. They get another loan. But I thought Delcroix was decent when he played the odd decent game. And then Piet-Harris, I thought, a bit inconsistent, but there was some good appearances in there and did score a couple of goals as well. So shout to all of those players who have left the club. But anyway, guys, let me know down below what do you think of the new signings. Who's your favourite signing to look forward to? I'm pretty sure who I think you're all going to say, but who's a signing who you're happy with signing, but you're not really expecting too much. And obviously, let me know the main situation with Harry Darling. Are you guys disappointed? Are you happy that Burgess is in? Do you think Burgess is better than Darling? I think it's a difficult situation. Burgess is 4 years older than Darling. Obviously, Darling's got the prime years ahead of him. Burgess is probably in the prime now, 1 year left of it maybe, and obviously he will be on a big wage as well. But yeah, it's really good to be back. I'm not sure how long this video will turn out to be. Bit of a yapping session, but I'm sure you guys missed that. But yeah, please do like this video. I will be uploading my socials for the Swans Away Days channel in the coming days, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Make sure you follow me on all of those platforms as well. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Thanks for accepting me back onto the YouTube with my original takes and disgraceful Swansea City opinions. But hey, someone's got to let the team down. Thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you can. And I will catch you all in the next one, where Swansea City hopefully can sign some more players.
I need one more chance. Oh, baby, let me show you. I need one more chance. Oh.